All right, we're going to start with the Goodwill packages. I've counted them and I believe there's 15 of them, so this could take a little bit of time, but we're going to start in on with them. I also don't have a good view of the camera at the moment, so I may step away at times to see how the angle is on things. This is the first one. It's the only tough type package I have amongst them all, otherwise they're boxes. Let's open this guy up here and see what we have. Aha! This is a clock in the 2x4 brick orientation. So that's pretty cool. And it says it's 12:46 p.m. That's afternoon. That is incorrect. Okay, well, in any case, we're going to put this aside and move to the next one. Go to this small box here. Probably going to go up in size. Yeah. There we go. I think I tried to do this before and it just wasn't working. I got a packing slip. We'll put that aside. Ah, a lot of some minifigures. I think this is where I'm going to stretch my arm over here. Okay, we're going to bring it a little closer. So we've got some minifigures here. I know there's a Tauntaun in there. You can see that right there. Looks like it's got Luke already still on there. There's an R2-D2 up there. Some clones, different troopers, a different astromech droid there. So a bunch of different things going on. And we're just going to show the clock a little bit better here. Just a standard clock. Does not have the CD player. It's not the larger one. But it does have the battery cover, which is pretty important because a lot of times I've seen they don't have those. So, go on to the next package. Slide the totes down a little bit more. Maybe it'll be a better view. I pre-went and blotted out my address and everything on everything. Don't have to worry about that. Alright. So this is a Sealed Technic set 8202. The blast-off chopper with bungee cord power. So it comes with some big rubber bands more than likely. Looks like they're the white ones right in through here. So I picked that up at a Goodwill auction and I thought, what the heck? Well, we'll get this. And it was probably either a good price for it or I just thought it would be good because maybe not many people have a sealed copy for sale and I thought that I could do that. Alright, moving on to the next box. We'll take this box here. And again, if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. We'll see them as soon as we see them and try to deal with them quickly. Another packing slip of sorts. Alright, so here we've got the Homer Simpson Dimensions set, I believe. There he is, and Homer Simpson himself right there with his can of Buzz. I thought it was the dust, but in this case it's Buzz. That's probably the colon. They didn't want to be giving him beer in the Lego set. And then two other sets, the Lord of the Rings Gollum Shelob, and then the DC Comics Cyborg and Cyberguard. So again, we're getting to the Dimensions packs a little late to the game there, but we'll pick them up anyway. Put these things aside. We're probably going to have to move some stuff up off of some boxes later on because I have a feeling I'm going to have stuff on top of boxes yet to be opened. Maybe I'll have to start putting them somewhere different. Alright. More paper. More packing slip. And look, another Dimensions case. This one is Bart and the Gravity Sprinter. Little tiny car there. Oh, can't see it. A little bit lower. There we go. I'll get the hang of this eventually. At some point when I get down into the basement, I'm going to create a little corner and I will know where everything is visible from easily. And I won't have to start, I took about 3 test videos reaching across and pulling stuff over to see if, and then I'd look at it and see if it looked good. So we're going with it. Hopefully it looks good. We'll see. And another box over here. end up pausing this video at some point. Alright. Alright. Got a couple of the clocks here, it looks like, but they've taped the bubble wrap down, which is fine. I do like trying to get the tape off, keep the bubble wrap in good shape, because then I'll reuse the bubble wrap. Recycling. So there's one of the Ninjago clocks. Oh, we need to get him a little lower. I have to remember, it's about right there is the height limit. So we got a Ninjago clock. This one actually has power in there, and it says it's 9:48, but no idea if that's accurate or not. I've lost track of what time it really is. If that's supposed to be AM, it is incorrect. If it's PM, it has a chance. I know it's night, I just couldn't tell you exactly what time it is right now. All in this just special. There we go. Alright, and here's the other one. You know, we did a lot better job of framing that one, but still not perfect. This one says it's 9:33, so they weren't in agreement of the time in any case. He lights up too. Packing slip is away on the other side of the box, so pull that out. Alright, we're going to pause the video for a moment. Alright, we moved some boxes around so they're a little easier to reach. We're going to continue opening some stuff. This one says it's fragile, but there's not a lot of shake going on, so. Alright. A bubble in a box. We'll just toss that over there. Oh, lots of tape on this one. I will probably go back and remove the tape from the bubble wrap later so that it's a little more easily to be used. I don't like leaving the tape on the bubble wrap. It's just not what I do. Oh, there's more tape over here. It is well taped down. 2 pieces on each side. That's more than I would have done. So if you're buying from me on Bricklink eventually, and you won't get this much tape. And tape's a resource. I mean, I use a lot of it. Alright, so there we go. We've got an Anakin Skywalker clock in the box still. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they got it actually in a bag. I'll leave it in that bag for the time being. But there you go. There's that item. Put that aside. And all this tapey bubble wrap we'll put over there. This box here, also a very light box. Another slip of paper, bunch of bubble wrap, and some more Dimensions stuff. I've got the Wonder Woman set. I've got the Naya Ninjago set. The Benny and his spaceship set. And a couple of sealed Lego bags of some other pieces, and some of them coming from a Dimension set of some sort, and there's minifigure parts in there as well. So we'll look that up and see what we got there later on. Unless somebody knows what all this stuff is. I mean, there's the torso. I'm sure somebody can figure it out from the torso. This one, there's nothing a lot. It looks like somebody's head. There's probably a Chima set right in there. But in any case, we will look at that at some point. Toss this stuff over here. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way and move to the next box. Now this one is heavier. It is labeled fragile. I can hear some stuff rattling around, but, well, it's probably Lego rattling around. That's what it does. I'm assuming most people are familiar that Lego is trying to move towards a green footprint and trying to figure out a way to source their parts without using the petroleum oil that they're using to make the plastic at the moment. Some of you may or may not know that a couple of years ago they actually have transitioned in all the plant pieces now are made from plant materials. So it's called Plants from Plants. They had a little box set that was just Plants from Plants. That was the first thing they released. And then I believe it was the Vestas wind turbine, which was the first set that used Plants from Plants in the set. They're working towards that with all the pieces, but they have a long list of things they want to have done with these pieces. They need to work the same, clearly. They need to be able to have the same colors because they want to be able to make use of. If I buy a set now and a set later, the colors are going to match, or at least within that range that they normally match right now. But interestingly, I thought they said, if you dumped a box of them, they needed to sound the same too. And to me, that was really cool because they're taking into account all the things that matter to people with Lego. And I really think there's something almost childlike to just take a box and dump it out and hear the noise, or just go rummaging around in a box with your hand and hearing all the pieces clicking and clacking against each other. There's something about that. All right, so what do we have here? Well, this is just a box of pieces. Now, I will say that a couple of friends and I'm going to have to adjust that light that just ducked down. We saw this here. We pretty much thought we had identified this as part of the, what module is that? The Palace Cinema? No, I don't think so. Cafe Corner? It was one of those modulars. So we will pull that out at some point to see if that was correct. But I mean, there's some non-Lego in there too. Crap like that. Some Kinects. You almost always find Kinects with Lego. It's kind of just the way it is. I have a box of it going. So we'll see what all kinds of stuff we have in here at some point. We're not going to actually rifle through this at the moment. That's just kind of outside the scope of what I have planned at the moment. Here is the Cars tractor trailer. That was in pictures of the set as well. So we'll just close this back up and we'll take a look at that at some other point. We're also going to pause again to fix the light. Alright, light is fixed, and I've actually cleared out some more stuff, so I've got more room here to work with. Here's the next box. This one also has some weight to it. Probably loose bulk Lego, but there might be something very specific in here, and I kind of have an inkling I might know what might be in here, but we'll see. Alright, well, another piece of paper packing slip. We'll put that aside too. Yep, just another loose box of Lego. I see there's a horse here on top. I also see a small sealed bag. So again, it's going to be hard to tell what set that came from. Not impossible, but it's going to be a little difficult. You probably need to track down 2 or 3 of those pieces and see what sets have them all contiguous. A small 16 by 16 base plate. That's kind of cool. But I don't really see a lot of other stuff here that's very remarkable. I probably just got a good price on it. Perhaps they had the set out at some point and there was something else in here that I saw. I'm not positive, but that's what it is. We'll close this one up and we will look at it again. Alright, now we're going to take this box. It's a little bit larger of a box. It's kind of square but flat. Alright. Paper. More paper. Ah, yes. I do recall this one. This one is the Lego Kingdoms chess set. Again, it still has a plastic layer on it. We'll leave that for the time being, but I was excited to get this. I have another chess set. Now, this one has this molded base, and then there's these tiles that create the checkerboard pattern. I had another one which was kind of in a book format, and that's in storage somewhere. I haven't tracked it down yet. It may not even be here at the house yet. It might be in one of the storage units. But anyway, I think a new little sub-collection might be the Lego chess sets. So, of course, why not something else to collect, right? We'll put that aside over here, and we're going to get the next box here. This is another larger box, and they've actually Frankenboxed it. You can see they've got 2 boxes kind of into each other. And we'll see if we can't slide the one off and then get into it. One flap completely off and open. Another flap. So what do people think about Lego's plans to totally get away from the petroleum product? I mean, it's a great idea, but how likely do you think it's going to actually happen? They've set a goal of themselves for 2030, so they've only got 9 years left. And you kind of think that they'd they'd want to have this well under the way before they can actually do it. All right, what do we got? All right, tape right on the box. That's just wonderful. And this one is the Lego Life on Mars Aero Tube Hanger. I'm going to actually move the camera a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. I don't recall 100% if it's complete, but it had the box, and I'm pretty sure the instructions are in there, and a good number of the pieces. Now, I actually have a number of these tubes already, quite a number of them actually, and they came in a couple of different colors. This one seems to have like a black. I have some more clearish or creamy type colored ones, and I think there was another color too, so I think they've used them for a couple of different things, but that's what this box was. So we're going to pause it again and create some more room here. All right, we are off pause again. Just shifted some boxes around, moved the stuff I'd opened up, and got the boxes a little closer so it's easier for me to grab them. All right, this particular Goodwill uses these puff packs, which is fine. Oh, I think I know what this one is, yep. So, and then we got some paper in here. So here's one auction. Now, the nice thing about Goodwill Online is if you win more than one auction from the same Goodwill and the total actual weight is under 20 pounds, you can actually pay for them at once and save a little bit on the shipping. So I always, if I see one thing I want and I'm going to bid on, I always then look at what else I can get to maximize my shipping costs. And so in this particular one, I picked up the Portal 2 dimension set. This box has seen better days, but that's okay. That's another item in that little collection. And then this, which makes some sense now. They protected it pretty well. This is one of the Star Destroyers. I believe it's the playset. And so it probably doesn't have any minifigures. That would be my guess. Although I see a lightsaber hanging around in there. So, oh, and there's an R2 unit. So who knows? And we'll open this up at some other point and take a look exactly what we got in there. But we picked that up. It was a pretty good deal, if I remember correctly. So we're going to set this aside and get the next box, which is right here. And I think this is the second to last box. We're making good headway here. It's going to end up being a long video. It would have been longer without the pauses. Although I didn't usually pause for too long. A couple minutes just to get some room. Alright, another piece of paper for another packing slip. And this is the 41346 Friends, and I forget what they call it because they don't actually call it anything right on the package. But it's got this handle here. It's been opened. So we're just going to open it up. But inside, there's at least some still sealed bags. I do see a Ziploc bag in there, which may be instructions it looks like in there. And maybe it was a case where I won more than one auction and they slid stuff into the box. But here, no, this is probably this one, 41346. Is that what this one is? 41346. Yeah, so we've got the instructions, but we also got the sticker sheet in there. So they're in really nice shape. And a nice Ziploc bag they put them in, so that's really nice. So that's mostly sealed. I mean, there's a regular Ziploc of some pieces, so those aren't new. Another Ziploc of some pieces that aren't new. So we'll go through this at some point, but it looks like a decent thing. As I recall, the price is pretty decent, so I'm not too worried about that. And we'll set this aside. And I'm going to need to pause it one more time to get the last box up because it's a little heavier. All right, we're back again. I actually moved a tote off because it's a little bit better being lower because the box is so large. You can actually, it's about the same height or a little taller than the tote, so I think you see a little bit better. I use fragile tape on this one. There's my packing slip all kind of folded up. I probably forgot to put it in and stuck it in on the side. I've done that myself. All right, so what do we have here? All right, I remember this. That's why it's so large. This was an auction of a bunch of the Lego storage containers. So here we've got a 1x1 yellow stud container. I'll put that aside here. Here's Another 1x1 yellow stud container, although, there we go, it was upside down. So there's that, another one of those. A 1x1 blue round stud container. That's pretty cool. They do nest on top of each other so you can stack them. 1x2 Lego stud container. And this has something in it. This has a 2x4 clock. So much like the other one, it may even be the identical one, but it came in with this lot. It was all lotted together. So I have two of those now. It's nice to see that they condensed it, but they could have put it in a little bit of wrapping. That would have made me feel a little bit better about it. And then we've got a 2x4, large 2x4 Lego container, and I think there might be something in this because it feels pretty heavy. Yep, we got some other stuff in here. So we've got sealed Santa Creator bag, a 30478. We've got another little sealed set, a 40092. It looks like a reindeer. Another Trolls poly bag, if anybody didn't have enough of those already. And then this one is kind of neat. This is an ornament of this little nutcracker. It's a Lego branded ornament. And it's got a little tile in there with a date. I believe it was 2016. That's the date on this little tag. So I believe the little tile says 2016 as well. And then they've got some tape on the bottom of the box. And I'm not 100% sure why that tape is there. But there you go. They put some tape on the inside of the bottom of this large box. So that is the haul for the Goodwill stuff that I've been accumulating. Not including the local Goodwills. We'll deal with that along with the Facebook Marketplace purchase that I made. And we'll do other videos on this stuff. This is going to take me a while to clean up from. I have somebody who's normally been helping me with that, but they haven't been around recently. So I may dive into this myself. I may see if they're going to be buying sometime. But that is what the situation is. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit longer than a lot of the ones recently, but hope you'll enjoy it. Leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll see you again sometime soon.